Hello, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. How are you guys? This is a general reading focusing on what your person needs you to know before this year comes to an end. So let's take a look at that here. General reading, as I've mentioned, for everyone, so please do take whatever makes sense for you in this reading and release what doesn't. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. And of course, I will include a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today. So let's begin. These are 3 decks that we're going to be pulling dialogue messages from to set the frame and tone for this reading and what your person is thinking, what are they feeling, what have they not been able to express to you, or this could even be indicative, of course, of things that they have said, but it's reflected here. Okay, so let's go ahead and focus on these 3 decks. This is the Untold Messages of the Heart deck by Aqua Moonlight. This one is my self-created one. This is the X Oracle. And then we'll pull a message or 2 from the Love Messages deck. This is by High Priestess 1111. So let me set these guys aside and we'll start things off with the first deck here to see where your person is at. And you might also find that you're able to relate to some of these messages that come through. All right. For Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's take a look. Okay, so let's get the conversation started. I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. So some of you guys might be dealing with somebody who's not wanting to commit. They just value their freedom. They don't want to get their hands tied. Let's go ahead and grab another one. We're so different. I'm trying to figure out how this is going to work. So there are particular factors in the connection for some of you guys. You could be of different ethnicities, different backgrounds, or you guys just have a very different vision of what it is that you are wanting in the partnership. Okay, so that's a couple from this deck here. Take whichever one of those messages makes sense for you, or maybe they both do. So we're just getting the conversation started here for the collective, for water signs. So let's go ahead and grab a couple more messages from my X Oracle deck. So this is, of course, for those of you who are focused on an ex-partner. You are in separation. Maybe you haven't heard from this person in a while. And maybe you have, you know, it's totally up to you. The time frame on that. However way it's presenting itself in your life. So let's grab a couple messages here reflective off of what's going on with your ex here. So let's grab this one. I won't ever forget you. So even if you guys never get back together, you have made enough of an impact on this person that they're not ever going to forget you, no matter what relationships they get into after your connection. They will not ever forget you. Let's grab another. You were the best lover I've ever had. No other compares to you. Okay, so the sexual intimacy, that could have certainly been very passionate, very unforgettable, something very special about it. But you as a person, they won't ever forget you. And maybe they have found, since you guys have been in separation, that no one compares to you. So we'll take a look and see if there's a potential that you guys can come back together. If nobody else compares and maybe you feel the same way, you know, maybe there could be a potential or at least a desire to reconcile for some of you. All right, and last couple cards here from the Love Messages deck. So let's grab a couple more messages from the person that you're focused on for this reading. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What's in their heart? Let's grab this one. I feel like I'm waiting for something that isn't going to happen. Okay, so maybe things are not happening here because you guys are too different, or somebody isn't ready to commit. This could be how you're feeling, my water signs, or this is how you know your person is feeling. That you keep waiting for something to develop between the two of you and it's just not happening. There's a reason for that. You know, you guys might have just very different outlooks on the situation, on the connection. They could be wanting something totally different from what you want. So let's grab one more. I'm truly sorry for my words and actions. So they are acknowledging here, my water signs, that they are apologetic for certain things that they might have said or things that they've done, that they now know and acknowledge that they've hurt you. And maybe that's why for some of you this person is an ex. They're not in your life anymore. And maybe they're not in your life right now because either you detached, you wanted your freedom, or they detached from you because they weren't ready to commit. And as it says, I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. So there could even be other people that they're interested in. And also, you know, other factors that are playing a role here as to why that is. So these are the dialogue messages we're starting things off with here for this reading, my water signs. So let's dig a little bit deeper to see what else we can uncover here. So I wanted to grab some messages, focusing first on the masculine and where the masculine is at on their journey and why things are the way they are. And ultimately, especially for those who have not had very good communication with your person, and if you really don't know where they're at in their heart. So this is taking a look at what they need you to know before this year of 2020 comes to an end. So we're starting things off with the Moody Moon Messages deck, the Masculine Edition by Sister Moon Tarot. Let's take a look at that. Angels and Spirit Guides for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So let's see where this masculine is at here. For water signs, for the collective, what do we need to know when it comes to the divine masculine? Where is this masculine at? Horny, desire, focused, you. I mean, going back to this message, you are the best lover I've ever had. No other compares to you. So when they think about you sexually, they desire you. And, you know, it just brings up these feelings of desire that they still want you. But look at this next card. We have infidelity, cheating, deception, and secrets, which makes sense because some of you guys were dealing with somebody who didn't have the same feelings. They saw things differently. They didn't want the same things. They didn't want to be tied down. They had other people they were interested in. And for some of you, all of this was going on when you guys were actually a couple, when you guys were together. There was cheating involved and they were not being upfront with you. They were being deceptive, keeping things from you. And maybe that's why some of you are feeling like you're waiting for something that just wasn't transpiring. It just wasn't happening. So if there was infidelity in the partnership, they're coming through now, letting you know that they're sorry for what they've done. What else for the masculine? We have self-focused, masculine energy, self-care. So that's actually a good thing that we have a masculine here who's working on themselves, taking better care of themselves, not just physically, but emotionally, and just overall focusing on what it is that they need to work on in their own life. They could have neglected that. And so they're focusing part of that energy, especially for those of you who are not together. They're focusing on self-care, which is a good thing. And also during this pandemic, that's crucial for us to take care of ourselves. What else, please, for the masculine? What else do we need to know when it comes to the masculine of this connection? All right, we've got 3 cards here. So we've got scattered. They can't focus. Thoughts, busy. Which is so interesting considering we have self-focused right next to it. For some of you, you're masculine. It's like they know that they need to focus on themselves and work on parts of themselves that need it. But at the same time, their thoughts are very scattered. Their energies are all over the place. And then we have a masculine here who is unhappy. They are unfulfilled. They are empty and they are frustrated. And part of the reason I'm feeling for some of the masculines is because they went after someone that it could have just been a physical connection. They came up empty. It wasn't ultimately what it was that they were looking for. And even though there were infidelities here, once this all went down, once that happened, the situation they got themselves into ended up perhaps not even fulfilling them in any way, shape, or form. Not the way you did, because going back here, no other compares to you. So they brought this on themselves. And then we have influenced, external parties, impressionable, gossip. Those external parties could be third-party situations, family, friends getting in their ear, putting in their 2 cents, or just other people who are gossiping about their actions, shady things that they've done, drawing attention to themselves. But look at this. We have growing, changing, evolving, transforming. I do feel this for some of my masculines here, that they are changing, that they are working on themselves, bettering themselves, that they've grown up since you guys have been in separation. They have focused on their growth, their journey, and they're now acknowledging that things that they've done were not the best things, and that maybe they now see that they just didn't handle things as best as they could. So they're growing from this. I feel for some of you, my feminines, your masculine has matured, and maybe enough time has passed that they have had a change of heart, or they're just a very different person from the one that broke your heart, the person that ended up hurting you. All right, so let's grab some insight here from the Journey to the Divine Feminine. This is by Divine Moon Empress. So let's take a look. I've actually never used this deck before, ever. So I'm not even familiar with the messages that could come through here. This is a brand new deck for me. So let's take a look from the Divine Feminine perspective. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, my feminines, where are you at on this journey? What is it that you need to let your masculine know before the end of the year? You're angry. Look at that. It makes sense that you would be angry if you dealt with a masculine who hurt you, who cheated on you, who was being deceptive with you. Look at this. We have detached. I do feel that for some of you, and it's coming through here for the feminine. Not needing things to work out a certain way, stopping to smell the roses, going with the flow. So my feminines, for some of you, you have a masculine here who really upset you, made you angry because of their actions or words, and you've decided to detach from this situation and focus on yourself, and that's great. Your masculine, hopefully focusing on themselves as it says here, but I do feel some of my masculines are a little bit scattered in their energy. We've got that here as well. And my feminines, I'm just feeling you're a little bit more focused here on what it is that you know you need to do in your life. But some of you guys are depressed too. We have an unhappy masculine and we have a depressed feminine here. And I feel the reason why that is despite everything that's happened, you still care for this person even though they hurt you, and it causes you to feel this way, very depressed, that maybe things took a turn for the worse here as far as you guys and the connection, because there could have been infidelities or if that's not the case, they just ended up hurting you and you're not happy with the way things played out. What else for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Divine Feminine? So some of you guys have set up boundaries here. Making self-care a priority, being direct, tuning into one's feelings and practicing self-awareness. It kind of goes with it, you know? You detached for a reason, and now you've got these boundaries up when it comes to a masculine who hurt you, who kept things from you, who cheated on you. So you've grown too, my feminines. You've got your hand up. It's like, I'm not going to be putting up with that. But look at this. We have the soulmate card right here. So I do feel for those of you, despite the challenges that you've endured in your partnership, you still feel that very special soul connection with your person. And then we have transformation here. The process of upgrading one's ability to navigate through the obstacles of life while maintaining inner peace. And I do feel this. It is presenting itself here for my feminines that you are working on you. You have created boundaries for yourself. You're not going to allow this masculine or anybody else to mistreat you or to hurt you. And this is you going through your transformation. You are creating change in your life so that you can be stronger to get past life's obstacles. So I'm liking that. That is where the feminine is at. So let's go ahead and add to this with some tarot. This is my tarot teacher deck, guys. This is one that I created for beginners, especially those who would like to learn how to read tarot. And it's got upright and reversed meanings for each card in this deck. So it makes it very easy to learn tarot. If this is something you're interested in, it is available in the gold edging as well as without. And so my deck shop link is down below, as well as all of the amazing creators you see here today. So let's grab some tarot messages here for you. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So let's see if, you guys can find a way back to each other. Angels and spirit guides for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've got the King of Wands here for some of you guys. So maybe, my feminines, your masculine could be a fire sign. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here. So the King of Wands can be a little bit of a hothead sometimes. They could be very hot-tempered. But this is someone who is a natural leader. Okay, they are a leader. They don't tend to be a follower here. Whatever it is that they have in mind, they're going to go after it. This is someone who's very passionate and very action-oriented. So they don't wait for things to come to them. They take action and they make it happen. So if this is your masculine here, perhaps they're ready to take some sort of action to bring about healing, to create change, not just in their own life, but in the connection, for you guys to find your way back into each other's lives. It's very important that whatever heavy burdens that either of you are carrying, that you address that you lay it down before the end of the year, so that you're not overloaded and stressed out heading into 2021. Some of you could also feel maybe that your person took you for granted. They didn't appreciate you when you guys were in the partnership. And maybe some of you really do feel burnt out. You're the one that's constantly putting in the effort into the partnership, and then it created an out of balance energy. But that's because they didn't want to be tied down. They didn't want the same things. So for some of you guys, perhaps it has been a bit of a struggle here with this person that you're focused on. We've got the Five of Pentacles here. So this is picking up off of the breakup for some of you. Money matters could have also been very challenging for some of you guys. Because the Ten of Wands and then the Five of Pentacles, both of these cards can be very difficult at times. And also, my water signs, perhaps you feel that since this person wasn't fully invested in the partnership, that they left you out in the cold. That's what this card is all about as well. And maybe you've just been struggling with things this year, which is not a surprise. We've all been struggling in some way, shape, or form with this very difficult year. But I do feel things will turn around. You've got the Eight of Pentacles right here. So for some of you guys, again, if money has been a concern, the Eight of Pentacles can represent employment, a new job. So if that's been something that's been weighing you down, things can ultimately turn around there. And the Eight of Pentacles is reminding you to, regardless of what's happened here, regardless of whether you've talked to your person or not, you guys are not in communication, if you guys are arguing, you just don't see eye to eye, whatever it is, the Eight of Pentacles is reminding you to stick with those high standards that you've built for yourself. You know, and I do feel, especially my feminines with these boundaries, you're going to stick to that. Self-care is crucial here, really, for both of you. And you will reap the rewards of hard work that you have put in this year. So for some of you guys, your career will start rewarding you for all the hard work you've put in. Some of you might even get a promotion or a raise in pay. But when it comes to love and romance, what you're wanting here is a partner who's as equally invested and wanting to build something just as amazing and beautiful and valuable in the partnership as you do. But if they want their freedom, let them have it. Let them have it, you know? And if you guys are meant to come back together, if you still want this person back, at the end of your transformation, you might find that you've had a change of heart, that you deserve better, that you have attracted better. We do have the Sun right there, which is amazing because it's the most positive card in tarot. And you know, it's interesting, the Sun's energy can represent freedom. And we started off with freedom right here when it comes to your person. I can't be tied down right now. I have too many interests. And so maybe whoever set the other free, some of you guys, maybe they let you go, left you out in the cold to process the pain, the hurt, the anger. That's coming through for some of my feminines here. And what I'm feeling from this Sun card is there could have been a situation for some of you, or perhaps this is what's coming towards you. Your person might ultimately contact you and want a second chance. And you're not interested. You're enjoying your freedom. You're enjoying being happy by going in another direction. Perhaps some of you guys will find love elsewhere. So it really does come down to timing. They set you free, but by the time they decide that they still want you, you might ultimately be the one to set them free. But the energy of the Sun is so happy. And I'm so happy, incredibly happy to see this for you, my water signs. This could be what represents your life in 2021. Fulfillment, successful, joyful. Not just in your relationships, but your career, your family, your friends, your health, your wellness, your vitality. Everything looks amazing with that Sun's energy. And then you've got the Nine of Cups. So this is your own water energy with that Cups energy right there from the Nine of Cups. Emotional stability, satisfaction, a wish that can manifest, And that wish applies to so much more than just your love life. You are finally realizing your dreams. So if it doesn't happen before the end of this year, 2021 might be the year for you. This is very prosperous energy right there with that Nine of Cups. Now for some of you guys, because sometimes this represents someone with a drinking problem, that Nine of Cups could be challenging for some of you. Maybe you've been dealing with somebody who had that issue with alcoholism. And that's not your burden to carry. Remember, everybody's got their own burdens. Don't take on any extra burdens from other people. You've got your own stuff that you need to deal with. But as far as your goals, your dreams, your wishes, you can manifest that still, with or without this person. You can actually stand on your own 2 feet. But I'm really feeling here that it comes down to divine timing, as a lot of things do. But it is presenting itself here for me that the tables will turn. Somebody that let you go will have an epiphany and realize they want to come back. And by the time they realize that, you would have already moved on. Or this is what they're going to run into, these boundaries. For some of you, you could have a masculine who was cheating on you, and by the time they realize they want you, this is where you're at. It's like, not so fast. Not so fast. I've grown since the last time you've seen me. I have transformed. I've worked on myself. And I'm in a much better place in my life. That could be for some of you guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and add to this. I wanted to grab some additional insight once again from the Charm cards by Mystic Moon. I love this deck. So let's see what else. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What else do we need to know here? Ooh, so phone, message, you might hear from them. It's up to you, of course, where that conversation goes and how you allow the conversation to flow. If you hear from someone and if ultimately they're wanting a second chance or they want to apologize, it is totally up to you, my water signs, the direction that it takes. Because it can either bring you closure, if you decide to go in another direction, accept their apology and move on. Or if you're no longer interested, you're going to be putting up these boundaries. So many things can play out. But there is certainly the opportunity for communication here. We have Teapot, friendship. Our friendships, of course, are very important to us in our life. They are the people that are there for us. Our support system, the ones that we can depend on, those who have our back no matter what. That as well, for some of you, could be the phone call that you really need at this time. It could also be a friend that you have been estranged from or you haven't seen each other in a long time. You might hear from them. We have Turtle, slow moving. So if things just have not been moving as fast as you'd like this year, maybe that's a blessing in disguise. There's a reason why things are moving slowly. Divine timing, remember? We have Buck, which represents the masculine here. And clearly what's presenting itself from the masculine is acknowledging the unhappiness, unfortunately allowing other people to get in their ear. They are very impressionable. This masculine coming through creating infidelity in partnerships, but I'm also feeling with the other cards that they're working on that. They are acknowledging their actions and what they've done, and that they've matured and that they've grown since then. What else for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? We have the key to unlock a door, to unlock a new door of opportunity, or to lock a door that you know is needing to be closed forever. Only you will know what this key is to be used for. But as far as the new year, new opportunities in love, in romance, your career, and every aspect of your life, my water signs, you are in possession of that very important key. What else for water signs? Look at this. We've got love and romance. So your love life is going to be picking up, I feel. Heading into the new year, things are going to be looking up for some of you. Look at this. We have letter, expression, phone call, message. So either you receive that message through your phone, either a text, an email, they contact you on social media, or you actually get something maybe in the mail that they send you, something that they've written, a letter, a card, a telegram, whatever it is, letting you know what they're thinking, what they're feeling about you, about the connection, what's been going on in their life. So if you've been wondering these things, and if you haven't heard from your person, there's a really good chance either it can happen before the end of this year, or maybe somewhere during the course of the beginning of the year. All right, so I wanted to grab some time frames. For personal private readings, I get asked all the time, it's like, when is something going to happen? And there's just absolutely no guaranteed way of predicting when something is going to happen. They're merely possibilities, you know? And so let's see what the possibilities are as far as when something is going to happen for some of you guys, whether this applies to your love life or something else that you're really curious about, when it's going to happen. Okay, so we'll pull from a few decks with time frames, and let's see. So we'll start with the Lost in Time Oracle. This is by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. We're looking at time frames here. So if those of you who have had a question, you know, when will I hear from this person? When will I get a job promotion? When will this happen? When will that happen? Let's see. So we'll pull a few for the collective, and it's totally up to you how you interpret it. Let's grab some messages. A gathering of your tribe is coming soon. Okay, so this could be family. This could be friends. These are people that you consider to be a part of your tribe. Now, this pandemic, it's global, making gatherings very difficult this year. And coming soon is promising. You know, hopefully we will be able to spend more time with family, with friends soon. So that's actually a really nice message. We have 222, balance, level-headed, open heart. Some of you guys might be seeing this number or even this time. Things coming back into balance. Opening up your heart to the possibilities of what love and life can bring in. Having the clarity to think things through and make good decisions. Here's another reference to your hard work paying off. The harvest moon. For some of you, Easter could play a significant role in your life. Rise above the situation, overcoming challenges. Every today has a tomorrow, and it's so true. Never give up. When we go through difficult moments in our life, it's very easy for us to, of course, feel down and depressed. But your angel guides are wanting you to know, the sun will always come out. So don't give up. If today is challenging, if today is difficult, think of what tomorrow could bring. And, again, you've got the sun's energy right here, which is beautiful. So that's what's coming through from that deck. And I'm going to go ahead and pull from my deck, which is super simple. This is my Time Traveler Oracle, and it does say when. You just need to know when. So it's very simple and to the point. So I'm going to grab a few from here. Feel free to ask your question at this time, or you could just say it out loud or say it to yourself. When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? When will my person come back? When will I hear from them? Whatever your question is, we'll grab a few for the collective, see which one you are most guided towards, okay? For the collective, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, what are the answers here as to when something will happen? For some of you, look at this. It might take years. And sometimes healing takes a long time. And for some of you, if you have experienced, for example, infidelity in your partnership, it takes years to win someone's trust back. It's not just going to happen in a month, in a week, or even in a year. That doesn't mean you guys can't get back together, but it's going to take years for that trust to be won back. And for some of you, maybe you know what this is talking about. What else for the collective? Blocks must be cleared first. Absolutely. If there are any barriers, blockages that you have to deal with and you know what these are, that in and of itself, that needs to be cleared first before you can proceed. Have patience. It's on its way. Okay? And that is presenting itself here in this reading. Have some patience here, my water signs. It's crucial. And look at the next message. Divine timing. That seems to be a theme in this reading. And bottom of the deck, this is going to come through for some of you. It's time to let this go. So in your heart of hearts, in your intuition, your gut, you'll know when it's the end of the road, when it's time to let either a person or a situation go. Okay, so that's coming through from that deck. I wanted to grab from one last deck here on time frames. So again, take whichever one of these makes sense. So this is the Divine Time Oracle by Bridget of Divine Essentials. Let's take a look and see what comes through from here. So again, ask your questions if you have any, or of course, just allow the cards to convey whichever messages you feel need to come to you. For Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, angels and spirit guides. Time frames, when something is going to happen, or any other messages that need to be conveyed to my water signs at this time. Interesting. It says impatience. They will be back. Just like that. You see? Have patience. It's on its way to you. Divine timing. So try not to put this energy of impatience out there, my water signs. Just know that what is meant for you will come to you. What else, please? For Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. What do we have here? Whoops. We've got 999. Endings. Cycles close in order to make way for new beginnings. Exactly. Isn't it just the perfect time for this to come through? We only have, what, about a week left in this year? So whatever needs to come to an end, whatever cycles and doors need to close, let them. Because there's something that's coming in for you that could be way better than what you could have ever envisioned for yourself. The next card says confusion. Within a few days, you'll know which way. So if you need clarity on a particular situation or connection, give it a few more days so that you can have the clarity of whatever it is that you need to do. Open a book, take a look. Does that say closer? Sorry, I can't read it. The answers you seek will come this week. There we go. So for some of you guys, it's within a few days. For others, it could take as long as a week, which of course, that's taking us to the end of the year. And lastly, which is so incredibly fitting, seconds tick by. Stop watching the time. Obsessed and repressed. Try not to be obsessed about time frames. Just allow life to happen, because what's meant for you, as I've mentioned, it'll come to you without any effort from you. What's meant for you will come to you in divine timing. Right there. So try not to obsess over it. If you're focused on a person coming back to you, and as long as that's the energy that you're putting out there, that you're obsessed for them to come back, it makes it a little bit more difficult for the universe to work on your behalf. So just kind of relax your energy and know that what's meant for you will be yours. Okay, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, guys. I do hope that this reading offered you some clarity and gave you a better perspective of where your person is at, what they're thinking, what they're feeling before this year comes to an end and we welcome in 2021. Okay, but you've got some pretty amazing things coming towards you with the energy of the sun. So I have a feeling 2021 you'll be very happy, or at least you will find something or someone that fulfills you and uplifts you and really brings in this energy of the sun, causing you to be really joyful and happy in your life. All right, so that's where I'm going to leave this one, my water signs. For anyone who is interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. And that's it for now, guys. That's it for now. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video.